Go ahead.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Seek refuge in Allah Ta'ala from shaitan rejecting. Blessed is Allah. You want the first verse here?
Yeah.
Blessed is Allah who sent down the criterion for Khan of right and wrong, this Quran, to his ibad, his slave, Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, peace be upon him, that he may be a warner to the alameen, mankind and jinn.
That he may be?
A warner, a caller, inviter.
So he's talking, the Prophet is the warner or the Quran?
Well, according to this, the way the sentence is structured, that the Quran is the Furqan and Muhammad is the vehicle for that.
تبارك الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا. Okay. We'll go back to Surah Al-Ra'd and we'll start. أعوذ بالله السميع العليم من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن الحمد لله نحمده تبارك وتعالى ونصلي على جميع أنبيائه ورسله ونستفتح بالذي هو خير. سبحانك ربنا لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. ربنا آتنا من لدنك رحمة وهيئ لنا من أمرنا رشدا. نعوذ بك اللهم من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. ونشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له. ونشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله وسلم عليه وعلى آله وصحبه. أما بعد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us sincere in seeking knowledge and guidance and seeking to know Him and His book more. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us beneficial knowledge, to make us among those who are attached to the Quran and who are protected, guided by the Quran, and who are the protectors of the Quran. We ask Allah also to enable us to be grateful to His bounty that He has given us Quran, given us time, given us will and desires to contemplate in His book and learn it. So we ask Allah to help us to thank Him for that. So far, for me, I am learning and I enjoy the learning and I have unlimited time to spend in going over and over and over. I cannot, honestly, I could not stop reading more about Surah Al-A'raf. And I know we haven't learned much of it. But as I told you, people just very difficult to bring them to that level of interest in the Quran. And I told you there are people who started long way ago with us and then they left because they said we are moving so slow. It's all right. Today, inshallah, we'll try to explore what Surah Ibraheem all about. Oh, by the way, Surah Al-Ra'd, the only surah is carrying the name of natural phenomena. In the Quran, the names of names of some important issues. Al-Ra'd, the name is uniquely carrying natural phenomena, which is the thunder. To basically to draw our attention toward the universe and the science in the universe. It is another book that you can learn science of Allah in His creation, especially the universe. Now today this is Surah Ibrahim. So the name is taken from the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, the founder of oneness on earth. After Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, all the prophets try to establish the oneness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on earth. But Ibrahim made it in a way that is everlasting. And no one have succeeded to do what he did. The way he established the guidance the knowledge about the singularity on this whole creation and the whole universe is Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam, in a way that is everlasting. And this is a lesson that we really have to think about it so much. He created the system, established it, totally functional and comprehensively actionable. And in the same time, he has a creative system into that system for renewal. Right? And that is renewal. All prophets came after him. Their job was just to renew what Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam established on the real life, which is in Mecca alayhi salatu wasalam. Now, we are not going to study life of Ibrahim, but there is a portion of his life being mentioned here that fits the objective of the surah. So first of all, the name Ibrahim, and we need to understand what is the main theme of Surah Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. It's not really the life of Ibrahim, nor around the characteristic of Ibrahim as a prophet and a leader. It's not. And that's why in the surah Allah has narrated just one view of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam to fit the theme of the surah. So what is the theme of the surah? Obviously, as we have been doing, the first verse and the last verse will tell you what is the theme of the surah. First verse and the last verse tells you what is the theme of the surah. So Brother Umar is going to read the first verse.
Bismillah. Alif Lam Mim. This is the book which Allah has revealed unto you, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, in order that you might lead Anas, mankind, out of darkness into the light, by Allah's leave, to the path of the Almighty, the owner of all praise.
Okay, that is the first verse. And the last?
The last
Yep.
one in the surah?
Yep. So far, most of the surah we have found the theme, the first verse and the last verse. What is it? Okay.
This
What is this?
Quran
All right. The Quran, this Quran.
is a message for mankind
1,
and a clear proof against them,
2,
in order that they may be warned thereby,
3,
and that they may know that Allah Ta'ala is the only one, Ilah,
4,
and that men of understanding, men and women, may take heed.
5. Okay. Say that again.
This Quran is a message for mankind,
1,
a clear proof against them,
2,
for them and against them, in order that they may be warned thereby,
3,
and that they may know that Allah is the only Ilah,
4,
and that they, human beings, mankind and jinn, may understand and may take heed.
5. So okay, let's go back and first number 1. And can you see the connection? Number 1 said this is what is it for, and the last verse said this is how.
This
Okay.
is a book which Allah has revealed unto you, Ya Muhammad, in order that you might lead Anas out of darkness.
Okay. To lead humanity out of darkness
Into the light,
unto the light.
believe in the oneness of Allah, by Allah's permission,
By the permission of Allah, not by him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, or no one else. And
to the path of the Almighty, the owner of all praise.
because everybody claim that they are on the straight path, on the path toward Allah. So Allah has to qualify which path is this. It is the path of Sirat al-Aziz al-Hamid. What he said, Aziz, Hamid?
The Almighty,
The Almighty.
the owner of all praise. The one who
The owner of
deserves
all praise. Now, Aziz, Aziz is someone powerful, has gotten everything out of reach. That is Aziz. Very difficult to reach. And Allah doesn't want us to think that way, He is out of reach. Yeah, He is mighty and He got everything, but He doesn't want us to think the way we think that He is out of reach. Said Hamid. Though He is in no need and He got everything and He is mighty, He is grateful to any good deed you do and in your reach. That's Hamid. Hamid, so kind and generous, within the reach of every single person. That is Hamid. Because let's say you go to a king and you give him a gift. Will he appreciate it? Will just give you a lip service, thank you, but he doesn't need it. It doesn't mean anything to him. Allah said, no, what you do, it means something I like and I appreciate it. I reciprocate, I'm waiting for it. It's not I need it. But this is how much attention I give you and how much honor I give you. Allah, you remember the hadith that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you heard the khutbah, where he said, the Sahaba were looking and seeing this woman running like crazy in the battlefield, as if something really taken over her thinking and her life, and searching and running, giving attention to nothing else. Until finally she found a little baby and she grabbed the baby and hugged him. And the Prophet said, look at this woman. And they were looking attentionally to this woman. How she was so furious, full of energy, restless, so focused to search for the baby, and then she found the baby. And then she felt kind of happy and hugged the baby. So the Prophet ﷺ said, what do you think of this woman? She will be in any conditions throw this baby into the fire? They said, no. The way we saw her searching for him, she is willing to protect that baby by her life. How she was eager to find the baby. They said, maximum. He said, لله أفرح بتوبة العبد من الأم بولدها. Allah loves your repentance greater than this woman loves to find her baby. So that is Hamid. He doesn't need none of us and nothing that we do. Absolutely, he is Aziz. He is self-sustained by himself. Qayyum. There is absolutely nothing can add or subtract or change anything in him. Though he is Aziz, he is Hamid. Looking after you and appreciate whatever you do good in a very good way that beyond our beyond our expectations and our thinking. I mean, there are some of us, they are grateful. And there are some of us really, they don't appreciate much. This is how we are. Allah, He said, the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, for you, just like the woman when she lost her baby and how she were working hard to find him, Allah runs after you, wants to find you and save you. Because you have gotten, as a human being, we have gotten the greatest attention by Allah, though we are insignificant, even in this universe. We are insignificant. But as we said, the reason is we are, as humans, the best creation Allah ever made. Human being is the best creation of Allah. Allah has created so many things we know, so many things we don't know, but we are the best of His creation. And that's why He is looking after us. So he doesn't need us. Now, again, we are now just trying to put the theme together of Surah Ibrahim. And say the first verse said, we have given you the book to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam in order to lead and guide humanity from darkness to the light of Allah. And then he said how? That's the verse by the end of the surah. 5 means balagh, means, and balagh will come to this word as he gave only 2 dimensions of it, but it has more than that. He said it is a proof for and against them. That's what he said, balagh. And the second one, warner. This book is a warner. And the third one, a knowledge of the oneness of Allah. And the fourth one means to reflect and strengthen and fortify your iman. So, these are the method how you take people from darkness to light. Use the Quran as balagh. Balagh is sufficient mean for them to be guided. That is one of the meaning of balagh. Quran is a sufficient means for anybody seeking huda, seeking guidance, to be guided fully. Enough. Balagh, that's what they mean. You are looking for guidance, Quran is sufficient for fulfilling all these needs to be guided. And absolutely, you don't need anything else. If you are acquainted with the Quran, you will be guided and you have plenty of foundations to be guided. That is one of the meaning balagh. Let's say you are going to travel, and then in your way you want to take provisions with you, but at the same time the road is so long. If you take so much, you might not be able to carry it. If you take so less, you might starve in the way. So what do?
Take just enough. You have to measure out.
What is going to make it? That is balagh. So I take exactly. So that's why the Quran is a small book. It's not tons and tons and tons, but what is in it? More than enough to take you there and make you make it. That is balagh. But at the same time, he said the other meaning, it is a proof for them and against them. Quran is, that second meaning of balagh, is a proof for the believers and against the disbelievers. And what is in it is going to be used. Basically, what's iman? That I am going to die. That's what iman. And then I will be brought accountable in front of Allah to what I have done before death. And the criteria will be the book of Allah. That's whole iman. I'm going to die. I'm not immortal, right? I am a mortal creation. And I will be brought accountable in front of Allah to what I have done before death. And according to what is in the Quran. That's all iman. And so, that's why, as he said, the other meaning of balagh, proof for them and against them. And the second one of means, so that is the first one, balagh. Well, there is also the third meaning of balagh is وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. Allah said, the job, the function of the Prophet, no more than conveying clearly the message. So that is also balagh. Okay? Conveyed with clarity message. And this Quran is totally clear message, and it is conveyed. You know what is it? Balagh means the Quran penetrate all obstacles. Nothing can stop the Quran from penetrating. It goes beyond even Muslims. Even in you. When you read it, it penetrates you and bring life, bring your soul to strengthen and to be alive. Quran by itself is a strong, powerful means to come in contact with your soul and resurrect it and empower it. That is balagh. It will reach by itself if you listen to it and you try to get some benefit even if you don't understand it. Quran is powerful to reach to your soul and empower it and raise it to be in control and charge. That is balagh. So وَمَا عَلَى الرَّسُولِ إِلَّا الْبَلَاغُ الْمُبِينُ. And the last meaning is, it was given for a purpose to be passed out to everybody else. It's not to be stored, not to be as a decor, not to be to treasure. As balagh is not. Balagh is to be available, accessible, with clarity to all mankind. So these are 4 meanings of balagh. You got them? And this is the only first mean to guide people from darkness to light. You get the 4? Oh my God. Okay.
It's conveys the message or guidance sufficiently. It's
okay, sufficient. 1 is sufficient to take you to Jannah.
And then it's a proof.
It's a proof for or against you. 2. Third?
But it's a warning for
It's
people? Or is that for later?
no, that is not the first. Not balagh.
Then it's supposed to be passed on to people.
Okay, supposed to be accessible, available to with clarity to all mankind. 3. Number 4.
Penetrates all barriers.
Has power in itself to penetrate the body, the human being, and goes to all corners of the world and all corners inside you to empower the soul and raise the moral conscience. These are 4 dimensions of balagh. You get them, Brother Amr?
No.
I know he get 2, but I mean, maybe in the detail he will say the other ones.
In regard to the word
Balagh. Just that is where 4 dimensions of the word balagh. We said there are 5 means to guide people from darkness to light. And the first one is balagh. Balagh has 4 meanings. The second one is warning. The Quran is a source of warning. And basically here the focus of warning on one thing. Telling humanity, you are using resources that belong to someone else. Either you calculate appreciation and gratitude, or you will be asked to pay it back. You are using, that is warning. Mean basically, there are resources and bounties you are using without appreciation. They don't belong to you. So I am warning you. You are using someone else's space, someone else's home, someone else's money, someone else's car. Either you appreciate and acknowledge, or you are going to be in trouble. That is the warning. When you put together, it's as we're going to see here, وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا. One verse said, if you count one single bounty, you cannot finish count it. Okay, how you count 1? Anybody can count 1? How you count 1?
Say 1, but it doesn't mean like a...
which one you start with, huh?
Which you think about all the ways you benefit from the 1.
Right. Okay, let's take the sight. That's 1. Count it. How much benefit in your eyes? How much? And how much knowledge? And how much mercy? And how much protection? So Allah said, if you count 1, it's not all of them. You can't count all of them. If you count 1, you know, and this is Allah put a challenge. It is a challenge for you to be able to account for every single benefit of it. I challenge you. Let's say the fingers. Okay? These are 1. All right? How many benefits we have? The question to you, can you count all benefits of your hands? All. You can't. That's what Allah said. So if it is one and you cannot finish it, how about all of these that we don't know how many? How come you don't appreciate that? That is why warning. You are not given limitless, unended gift. Why you don't want to thank and appreciate it?
You know, Sheikh, my one friend had a trouble with the eye, and I did the research. There are 20 type of specialists just for one eye.
Yeah, but the key, that's good. But the key, I tell you this, and we get to have this in our head. Basically, if you spend your life counting the benefits of your, what do you call this? Fist. You will never come. Say, these are for sure all the benefits from my hand. You can't. Allah said you can't. And so on, every single one that you have. Your heart, or brain, or eyes, or ears, or tongue. You can't. Just count how many benefits coming out of it. Lots of the tongue. Sometimes sing, sometimes recite, sometimes eloquently speak, sometimes angrily speak, sometimes, what is this? Magically speaks, seductively speaks. What is this? What is it? What all these form of powers come from this little, nothing. Well, can you count how many benefits you get out of your tongue? You can't. Okay, so now there are many Muslims, they think, the verse said, if you count all the bounties of Allah. I said, I know you can't. You can't count one. How can you count all of them? And that's why it is warning. How come you take and take and take and take and take without accounting, and then you don't want to appreciate? That is warning. You just use limitlessly, and you never even think of it. And that is what we do. How do you use your tongue? Limitlessly with no conscience. Allah said, wake up. That is not the right way. You need to strain it, to control it, to appreciate it, to use it for the pleasures of the giver. So that is the second one, which is warning. So Allah is not warning about anything else, not that death and age and in the grave and leave this alone. Warning you that you are using limitlessly all this bounty and you are unwilling to appreciate. You are in trouble. And this is second. The third one is لِيَعْلَمُوا,
and that they may know.
Yeah. Ilm. Quran is knowledge. Superior knowledge. Specifically to know who is Allah. There is absolutely no comparable. Nothing can come close to the knowledge in the Quran about who is Allah. And so if you want to, the Quran is the knowledge who is Allah. And that is, as he said, basically there is only one God. There is only one deity. There is only one creator. There is only one who is in charge. That is لِيَعْلَمُوا. Number what? Number 4.
Third thing, yeah, that's the third.
Oh, okay. Balagh. Warning. يَعْلَمُوا. Right. The fourth one is يَتَذَكَّرَ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. If you are a believer, with no doubt, belief and faith and iman, not always fixed, goes up and down. Quran is a source to recharge it and to keep it up and growing. But if you are using all other means, but not the Quran, iman always gonna be going down and going down. Allah said only the Quran is the guarantee means to keep the iman always growing. So if you want You complain, Iman getting this and this and this. It's how much you are attached and have interest in Quran, how much you recite, how much you learn, how much you think. Look at it, just we have not started the surah and how much we already got it. We have not even opened the door. So this is how the Iman is going to grow. لِيَتَذَكَّرَ أُولُو الْأَلْبَابِ. But you get to be smart enough, you get basically to use the smartness that Allah has given you. And if you're really worried about your Iman, there is a guarantee means to have that Iman growing all the time. And that's why there is an example in the surah.
Yeah, Sheikh. Ulu al-Bab, is that like a door, or does that mean a door?
No, Bab is not.
Oh no, al-Bab.
It's not.
No.
Brother,
Yeah.
using Bab is a door. Al-Bab means the.
Intellect. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Al-Bab, not Bab. Okay, Al-Bab is the same Arabic pronunciation, probably same. Al-Bab means the door.
Okay.
Okay, which is here my door. What is your door? Here.
No,
Here
okay.
my door.
That's what I was
Right.
to clarify.
Yeah. This is the door. If I want to get into you, I get to go through this door.
But it's from the word look,
Yeah, it means from basically the intellect.
the core.
Right.
That's what look.
Who are you? Yeah, who are you? You are your intellect. If I don't have my intellect, then I'll be like a donkey. Everybody does whatever they want.
Okay.
طيب. So that is, we have to get this together because this is the surah. The first verse and the last given as a theme. That the Quran was given to the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to enable him and you who have it, because the Prophet already did his job and went, to guide people from darkness, to take out, to send forth people from darkness to light. Light, straight path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, who is Aziz and Hakim. How? Balagh, Indhar, Ilm, and reminder. Balagh is proofs, warning, education and learning, and reminding. This is how. Now the rest of the surah is just giving examples of this. Oh, I was going to say about the fruit that is continuously growing. Not just Iman, so long you attach the Iman and water it with the Quran, not just going to be continuously growing, no, will be continuously fruitful. Always bears fruit. And this is example also in the surah. That one has hadith into it. The Prophet ﷺ was sitting with the companions in the masjid and he said, a believer, the example of the believer, like a tree that bears always green and bears fruit all the time. Well, the Sahaba was thinking which one? Then Abdullah ibn Umar thought of the palm tree. Palm tree is always green, but always has fruit, not just the date, fruit others. When the date is over, there are so many others because it lose the leaves, and the leaves people used to use them and to make spread in the houses and the trunk all the time. Every single piece on the palm tree is useful. Even the root, every single. The ashes, whatever comes out of it, useful at that time. So here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, if the tree of Iman is watered by the Quran, it will be evergreen and endless fruit all the time, no seasons in it. This Iman. And that's verse somewhere in the middle of the surah, maybe Brother Umar can find it. Yeah, the tree. You don't know where is it?
What was the reference?
كلمة طيبة كشجرة طيبة. Also, La ilaha illallah. Also the verse to give the opposite pictures is the verse 18. For a believer with Iman being watered by the Quran is just like a good tree that's always green and always bear fruit. On the other hand, the disbelievers who have disbelief in their heart, as he said, as the verse 18. Can you just read 18? And then I'll find you the.
All right.
We are in.
Ibraheem. Okay. Alhamdulillah. All right. The parable of those who disbelieved in their Rabb is that their works are as ashes, on which the wind blows fiercely on a stormy day. They should not be able to get aught out of it, anything out of it, or what they have earned.
What they have earned. You know what he said? You cannot get anything out of that which you have earned. How come? Something you earned and you cannot get anything out of it? How come? And he gave the examples. If you have ashes and there is a windy day, what's going to happen to the ashes? Can you collect them? Well, he said what you have earned is just become like ashes. You get absolute out of it nothing. Anybody can give me example? Just like the economy. Okay? One day we are the wealthiest country and second day it is ashes. It's just deep in debt. What happened? This is what you have earned. But by the end of the day, it just, the wind blow it away and it is just ashes. Not only that, give you another example. Another example, you know what? Your salary. It's your earning. But you barely can pay the bills. And you are always in debt.
You never see your money.
So he said, it is your earning, but you really get nothing out of it. It's really someone else getting it.
Yeah.
Well, the people who have cultivated kufr in their heart, whatever they do, whatever success they do, is by the end of the day, it's just like ashes being blown away. And this is but applicable to everything that you earn out of Iman. You earn it with Iman. Okay, if I lost this or I struggle, but I'm going to the best place, which is Jannah. But this other person struggle in this life, whatever earning you have, it's by the end of the day like ashes. Then what do you have for the next life? So that is the image. The other image is 24 and 25.
See you not how Allah set forth another parable.
Another parable.
Method. Example. A goodly word.
A goodly word.
As a goodly tree.
Okay.
Whose root is firmly fixed, and its branches reach to the sky, very hard, giving its fruit at all times by the permission of Allah Ta'ala. And Allah sets forth parables for unnice mankind in order that they may remember, reflect.
Goodly word is La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. That's the goodly word. This word always green and always bear fruits. Always. The more you say it, the more you think of it, the more you know more about Allah, always bear fruits in this life and the hereafter. And on the Quran, definitely same thing, which is around that one. Okay, so now, if I need you to tell me exactly what the surah all about. I forgot. Because we have to build on foundation. So this is the foundation. So whatever ahkam is detail to these foundations. Now in Surah Al-Furqan, the first verse, as he recited, go again, because it is connected to the first verse here.
Blessed is Allah.
Okay, now this blessed is just the worst translation. Actually, wrong. Yeah, this, we have said this. You cannot say blessed Allah. It's just, that is kind of disbelief. And you deny Allah His qualities. Because what does mean blessed? Someone bestowed blessing on him. That is kufr. And so, that way it is, He is the source of all blessings. And blessings are flow out of Him to everything else. You know the dua? Allahumma anta as-salam wa minka as-salam tabarakta wa ta'alayta ya dhal jalali wal ikram adkhilna dar as-salam. One of His name, as-salam. It's not means He is peace. No, He is the source of all peace that overflow to all His creation. It's not something He earned or someone else bestowed this quality on Him. That is kufr. And the English word, you know, it is weak. When you say blessed, what is blessed?
Yeah.
If I say He is blessed,
Yeah.
what does it mean? Someone bestowed in His blessing. You cannot say that to Allah. It's kufr.
So,
Allah is the source of all blessings.
so it's better to say that Allah sent down His blessings.
Right. First of all, He is the source. And then send it.
No.
Yeah. He is the source of all blessings and He sends to all His creation. That is what they mean tabarak. But unfortunately, all translation, and this is really bad. Real bad. Yeah.
It's also a passive word. It's also a فعل ماضي.
مبني للمجهول. مبني للمجهول ها؟
مو بورك يا شيخ. تبارك هي ضد هي تعالى ضد تعالى.
Exactly. But it's at the same time. Okay, let's say تعالى. What are you going to say? What تعالى means He is high in His place. Is not He is going upward. Okay? Because so all these, the names of Allah, they are attributes. That's what they call them. They are qualities. They are not verbs. So when you say blessed, it's a verb. It's not a verb. It's a quality. He is the blessings and He bestows the blessing anywhere He wishes. There is no other source of blessings except from Him. So ta'ala means high. It doesn't mean the word verb. If you say take it as a verb, it means He is going upward. There is no upward to Allah, no downward, no sideward. Okay. So this is something, I mean, a problem. We have to be aware of it, and we don't accept this translation. It's just He is the one, and there is nothing else. How you say He is getting it? Getting it what? Okay, go ahead.
Allah Ta'ala sent down His Furqan, His criterion of right and wrong, this Quran, to His Ibad, His slave Muhammad, Allah on His slave Muhammad, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that he may be a warner to the Alameen.
Okay, He may be a warner to the Alameen. Now, by the Quran, the Prophet ﷺ will be a warner to the Alameen. Without Quran, he can do nothing much. Now, when we go to the Surah of Al-Furqan, how the Prophet fulfilled this function being described here by Allah, that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a warner to Alameen by the Quran. How he discharged this responsibility? Anybody knows? How? No, in Surah Al-Furqan. You know how? What?
Go back to Ibraheem.
Ibraheem or Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam?
No, you go back to the.
But not just by conveying that to them. That's not enough. By being true example of it. And that's why the surah has ended up with what? a profile of a true example of a warner. عباد الرحمن الذين يمشون على الأرض هونا وإذا خاطبهم الجاهلون قالوا سلاما. You are a warner by your profile as a personality more than by your talk. We are all warners for someone else who is not behaving the right way by our personality. When we pray, we are warners for those who don't. When we fast, we are a warner for those who don't. Because with this we said, this is truth. Why you don't believe in it? Either you have a proof or this is a warner to you. How can you deny the truth? How? Anybody can deny the truth?
People do.
But how? People do, but how? Okay, this is Umar. Anybody can deny this? How? Huh? How? But still, we know you are not right. You are trying to make something, but it is truly not true. So how can I deny him? All right. If I am blind, or what?
Or deaf or anything else.
Then it's something else.
Mentally blind.
Mentally, no. Or I'm in the dark.
Oh, yeah.
That's what the Quran said. There are only two things. Either you are blind or you are in the dark. So I tell you this is Umar. He said no. But it is Umar. You said no, because definitely he can deny because he didn't see it. Or definitely deny because he didn't have a vision whatsoever. Allah said that's the only cases where someone can deny and reject the truth. Either they are blind, or they are dead, or they are in dark. So Allah said, Muhammad, your job to take them, they are not blind, all of them. They are in the dark. Take them out of darkness so they can see the truth.
They have two kinds, Sheikh. أعمى البصر وأعمى البصير.
Okay, so read the verse. Say, Muhammad, they deny the truth is not they are blind. Basically, they are in darkness. And take them out of the darkness, they can see the truth. Right? Read the verse, number 1. And then we're going to say what are darkness that is around people who really straightforward deny the truth.
This is a book, Al-Quran, which Allah has revealed unto you, Ya Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, in order that you might lead an-nas, mankind, out of darkness.
Alright, so Allah is saying that it is really the reason is darkness. What are those darkness? There are at least 5. Here it mentioned 5 darkness. That if you can replace them with something else, get them out of these 5 darkness, then they might see the truth. Number one, which is the worst, is the jahl, the ignorance. The state of ignorance. That is number 1. And number 2, as brother said, state of arrogance. Okay, they are not going to use their head. They are going to use their eye. They don't care. Number 3, doubt. Number 4, overwhelming misguidance. And number 5, disbelief. And the number 6 is sinning. Sinning by itself is darkness.